Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving deep into the reality of what it means to be one of the chosen ones, a unique individual with a special purpose. You see, there are those out there who believe they can manipulate, control, and dominate without facing any consequences. But what they fail to realize is that when they cross paths with someone like you, someone destined for greatness, they're making a grave mistake. They've messed with the wrong soul, and the repercussions of that will be unlike anything they've ever anticipated. Stagnation and the need for change. For too long, things have remained stagnant. The world has been stuck in the same patterns, the same cycles, with the same people in power, dictating the outcomes. But history shows us that when things remain unchanged for too long, it takes something, or someone, extraordinary to break the cycle. That someone is you, the chosen one. You were born to disrupt the status quo, to challenge the way things have always been, and usher in a new era of change. The unexpected outcome. Those who've tried to keep things as they are, who've relied on their ability to manipulate and control, believed they could continue this way indefinitely. They thought they could keep getting away with it, but then they encountered you. What they didn't realize is that by trying to impose their will on you, they were unknowingly activating something dormant deep within you, something powerful, something divine. They didn't anticipate this outcome, and now they're facing a force they were never prepared for. Divine purpose. There's a reason why you face the challenges and hardships you have. These trials weren't just random misfortunes. They were allowed to happen by a higher power, by God, to awaken the true strength within you. It's through adversity that you've discovered your real purpose and the incredible power you hold. This is not a mere coincidence. It's divine timing. God knew that through these challenges, you would emerge stronger, more resilient, and more capable than ever before. Manipulation tactics and their ultimate failure. The people who have tried to hold you back, those who have sought to control and manipulate you, often use a well-worn playbook. They rely on tactics like projection, attributing their own flaws, insecurities, and negative feelings onto you. They attempt to make you feel small, inadequate, and dependent on their approval. These individuals thrive on creating an illusion of superiority, while in reality, they are the ones struggling with deep-seated fears and doubts. They are masters of distortion, twisting the truth to fit their narrative, lying effortlessly, and creating a web of deceit designed to keep you under their thumb. They never take responsibility for their actions, always finding someone else to blame. Most often, they point the finger at you. By transferring responsibility, they avoid any form of self-criticism, maintaining an outward image of control and dominance. But this is where they made their first mistake. They underestimated you. They assumed that these tactics would work on you, as they have on so many others. But what they failed to realize is that your spirit, your resolve, and your connection to your true self make you impervious to their manipulations. Resilience and strength. Each time they try to undermine you, to make you doubt yourself, you grew stronger. Their attempts to control you only served to fortify your spirit. You see, the light within you, the light that they so desperately try to extinguish, cannot be dimmed by their lies or their manipulations. Instead, their negativity, their envy, their desire to see you fail only fueled your inner fire. Your faith, your belief in yourself, and your understanding of your divine purpose have been your shield. Where others might have crumbled under the weight of their manipulations, you stood firm. You recognized their tactics for what they were, desperate attempts to keep you from realizing your full potential. And rather than breaking you, these challenges became the very forge that strengthened you. Exposure of hypocrisy. These people, who so often project an image of kindness, charity, and altruism, are hypocrites. In public, they present themselves as benevolent, caring individuals, always eager to help others. But behind closed doors, their true nature is revealed. They are selfish, malicious, and driven by their own insecurities and desires for control. This dissonance between their public persona and their private actions is their greatest weakness. For those who have the eyes to see, their hypocrisy is glaringly obvious. It's a facade that can only hold up for so long, and as the chosen one, you have the ability to see through their masks. You can discern the truth from the lies, the authentic from the false. Your presence, your strength, and your unwavering authenticity are like a mirror reflecting their true selves back at them. And they hate it. They hate that you can see through their deception, that you are not swayed by their false narratives. In their desperation to maintain control, they only expose their own weaknesses further. Retaliation and weakness. When they realize that their manipulations no longer have power over you, they retaliate. They lash out, trying to punish you for your independence, for your strength. They may try to spread lies about you, to turn others against you, or to create chaos in your life. But these acts of retaliation only serve to highlight their own desperation and helplessness. They are like a cornered animal, striking out in fear because they know they've lost. Their attempts to hurt you, to drag you down, only reveal how powerless they truly are. For every attack they launch against you, you rise stronger, more resilient, and more determined than ever before. Their weakness is exposed not only to you but to everyone around them. They thought they could continue their games indefinitely, but now they're facing the consequences of their actions. They've underestimated you, and now they're paying the price. Chaos and isolation. When their initial manipulations fail, these individuals often resort to more desperate measures. They thrive on chaos, disorder, and conflict, believing that if they can't control you directly, they can at least destabilize your environment. They try to isolate you from your support systems, creating rifts between you and those who genuinely care about you. They believe that by cutting you off from your sources of strength, they can weaken you and regain control. They may spread rumors, stir up drama, or attempt to turn others against you. Their goal is to make you feel alone, unsupported, and vulnerable. They want you to believe that you're on your own, that you have no one to turn to. But what they fail to understand is that the very act of trying to isolate you only serves to strengthen the bonds you have with those who truly matter. Strengthening connections. The attempts to create chaos in your life reveal a critical misunderstanding on their part. They assume that by isolating you, they can diminish your power. But in reality, these efforts only reinforce your connections with those who see you for who you truly are. The people who genuinely care about you, who value your authenticity and strength, are not so easily swayed by lies and deceit. Instead of driving a wedge between you and your support network, these adversaries inadvertently help you to identify who your true allies are. The bonds you share with those who stand by you become stronger, more resilient, and more meaningful. You find that, even in the midst of chaos, you are not alone. You are surrounded by a community of people who share your values, who recognize your light, and who support your journey. These relationships, built on mutual respect, understanding, and shared purpose, become your fortress. No amount of chaos or manipulation can penetrate the stronghold of authentic connections. Your adversaries, who once thought they could isolate you, are left bewildered as they see you supported and uplifted by those who truly care. Spiritual training ground. All of these experiences, the manipulations, the chaos, the attempts at isolation, serve a greater purpose in your life. They are not just obstacles to be overcome, they are a spiritual training ground. Through these trials, you are being prepared for your divine mission. Each challenge, each betrayal, each moment of doubt is a lesson designed to help you grow into the person you are always meant to be. Just as a warrior trains in the harshest conditions to become stronger, you too are being forged in the fires of adversity. These experiences are honing your abilities, sharpening your instincts, and deepening your understanding of your own power. You are learning who you can trust, where your strengths lie, and how to navigate the complexities of human relationships with wisdom and grace. This training is not easy, and it's not meant to be, but every trial you face is a step closer to fulfilling your divine purpose. The adversities you endure are not random. They are carefully orchestrated opportunities for growth, and as you navigate these challenges, you emerge stronger, wiser, and more prepared to take on the role you were destined for. Jealousy and sabotage. Your adversaries are not just motivated by a desire to control, they are also deeply envious of you. They see in you something they lack, something they cannot understand or possess. This jealousy drives them to sabotage your progress, to try to diminish your achievements and make you feel unworthy of success. They may downplay your accomplishments, criticize your efforts, or even try to take credit for your hard work. Their envy reflects their own insecurities, their own fears of inadequacy. They cannot stand to see you prosper, to see you happy and fulfilled, because it reminds them of what they do not have. But their attempts at sabotage are ultimately futile. You have something they cannot touch: your authenticity, your resilience, your divine purpose. No amount of jealousy or sabotage can take that away from you. Instead, their actions only serve to highlight your strength, your determination, and your ability to rise above pettiness and negativity. Rigid and authoritarian behavior. The individuals who oppose you often exhibit a rigid authoritarian mindset. They believe that their way is the only way, that they know best, and that everyone else should conform to their rules and expectations. This rigidity is not a sign of strength, but rather a manifestation of their deep-seated fear of change and loss of control. They are unable to adapt to new situations, to embrace new ideas, or to accept that others might have different perspectives or ways of being. This authoritarian behavior creates a toxic environment where creativity, individuality, and authenticity are stifled. They impose their will on others, believing that their authority is unquestionable. They attempt to dictate every aspect of your life, from how you should think, to how you should act, and even how you should feel. But their attempts to control you only highlight their own limitations. You, as a chosen one, do not conform to their expectations. You are not bound by their narrow view of the world. Your strength lies in your ability to think for yourself, to trust your own intuition, and to forge your own path. While they cling to their rigid structures, you move with the flow of life, adapting, growing, and evolving in ways they cannot comprehend. Biblical examples. The stories of great figures in the Bible serve as powerful reminders of how rigidity and authoritarianism are ultimately overcome by faith, authenticity, and divine purpose. Consider the story of Joseph, who was sold into slavery by his own brothers, driven by jealousy and malice. Despite the cruelty he faced, Joseph remained true to his faith and purpose. He rose to a position of great power in Egypt and ultimately saved many people, including his own family, during a time of famine. What his brothers intended for evil, God turned into something profoundly good. Similarly, Moses faced great opposition from Pharaoh when he was called by God to free the Israelites from slavery in Egypt. Pharaoh's rigid, authoritarian rule was challenged by Moses' unwavering faith and determination. Despite the many obstacles Moses faced, God guided him through each one, leading him to fulfill his divine mission as recounted in Exodus. These stories remind us that true strength comes from being faithful to our purpose, from trusting in the divine plan, and from embracing our authenticity. Like Joseph, Moses, and David, you too are called to overcome the giants in your life, to break free from the rigid structures that seek to confine you and to fulfill your divine purpose. As we come to the end of this message, I want to leave you with this: your authenticity is your greatest power. In a world full of illusions, masks, and falsehoods, Being true to yourself is a revolutionary act. It is your authenticity that will guide you through the challenges you face, that will light your path, and that will inspire others to do the same. The people who have tried to control you, to manipulate you, and to keep you small have underestimated the power of your true self. They did not see the light within you, but now that light is shining brighter than ever before. You are not just a passive player in their game. You are the force that is reshaping the game entirely. Remember, like the biblical figures we've discussed, your journey is not without purpose. Every challenge, every trial, and every moment of doubt has been preparing you for this time. You are a chosen one, destined to bring about change, to break free from the old ways, and to create something new and beautiful in this world. They believed that everything would continue as it always had, that they could exploit and use people as if they were mere resources. But they did not realize that they were dealing with someone different, someone with the ability to influence reality in ways they never imagined. Your journey is like that of a diamond formed under intense pressure, revealing its true brilliance only after enduring the hardest conditions. The light within you is untouchable, unshakable, and unstoppable. It is this light that will guide you to fulfill your divine purpose. As you move forward, remember that you are not alone. You are part of a community of chosen ones, each of us rediscovering our true essence and embracing our divine missions. Together, we are creating a new reality, one where authenticity, truth, and light prevail. If this message resonates with you, I invite you to subscribe, like this video, and share it with those who need to hear it. Let's continue to grow and strengthen our community, supporting one another on this incredible journey. Stay true to yourself, let your light shine, and know that you are more powerful than you've ever been led to believe. Thank you for being part of this journey. May you receive abundant blessings today and always. We upload multiple times per week. Click here to see the 9 unusual traits that make a chosen one dangerous.